Hello!
I'm Anna.
I'm Grace.
And this is our first YouTube video. So we wanted to do paranormal experiences and or weird dreams. So story time.
Spooky background.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Grace go first.
Alright, so I am lame and I've only ever had like one real paranormal experience. Excuse me if I like lose my English because anyway, so I moved into this house when I was in like 7th grade, and I have like, it's like a fear, almost like a weird fear of being able to move things with my mind. Like I'll have dreams that like I get so scared if I look at something and like think about it moving, it'll move. And like I'm so scared that's actually gonna happen to me one day. But this one day it did, okay? So I used to play soccer, believe it or not. Dun, dun, dun. So I get home from soccer and no one's home yet. And so I go get my food and I sit on the couch and I'm chilling and my back door's open. And I'm looking at it. And all of a sudden, like, I thought about it. I was like, you know, it'd be so weird if, like, the door just slammed shut. Because we have a glass door that was closed. And, like, the wind wouldn't have been able to, like, mess with the door or anything. So, like, I just looked at the door. I'm not kidding you right now. The door slammed. And I didn't scream or anything. I just put my plate down, stood up, and walked out the front door. And I sat on the front porch until my mom got home. And I just never think about it anymore. But yeah, it's really scary. But I still do have like nightmares about like stupid things. Like I have like this dream catcher hanging from my ceiling, and sometimes I'm like, wouldn't that be weird if it moved? Because I thought, no. Anyway, that's the only like.
Cry if that happened to me.
That's the only like really scary thing that's ever happened to me in this house. So yeah. I've
had a lot of like. Not paranormal paranormal experiences, because I believe that ghosts follow me, and because like I always feel like there's something watching me or something around me. But here was like one time that was really scary. So I was like, this was probably a year or two ago, so I was still in high school, you know. I was a big girl, so I could handle things, but I was in the house I was in before I moved, but you guys don't know about that. But when I was ever alone, I would always feel this unnecessarily, unfathomably uncomfortable feeling that somebody was watching me, even though I was alone. Or even if, like, just one person was in the house. I just feel absolutely overwhelmed that someone was watching me.
Alright, was this the house that I've been in?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
God.
was the one.
I think I only stayed at that house, like, a couple times, and, like, there was a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
But one of our other friends that aren't really our friend anymore, told us that it was haunted.
Yes.
Oh no.
So it turns out I don't think it was initially haunted. I believe I brought something from another house I was living in. But here's what happened. So it was probably sometime in the summer, and this is before I turned 16, and I was just chilling watching Netflix by myself, and I think everybody was like going like work or they went out with a friend or something. So I was alone, and I remember the night before I had really bad nightmares, and I usually have bad nightmares every now and then. But I was watching, I think, Bates Motel, so it's like a creepy show. So I was already on edge, and all of a sudden, the TV turns off. We've never had this problem before. The TV has never turned off because we've had problems like that before, but not with this one. So it turns off. I didn't think anything of it. We lived out in the country, so I figured like one of the wires was chewed up by something, or you know, something just messed up. So I turned it back on fine. Bates Motel was still on, and it was okay. So I just continued watching for maybe another couple like 2 or 3 episodes, and I go to the bathroom, and the lights are flickering, like really bad.
Oh no. Oh no. I would've went to sleep.
See, the problem with me, like, I wasn't scared of that because, like, I've accepted, like, ghosts into my life at this point. And, like, they're always around me and whatnot. But this has never happened. Like, the lights never flickered, the TV's never turned off. So the lights were flickering, and I went back out and Bates Motel was still on, but it was paused. I don't remember pausing it. I usually do pause things before I go anywhere, like if I'm going to get something. But I didn't pause it, but it was paused. So I was like, okay, maybe I paused it. I couldn't remember. So I unpaused it. I continued watching it. And the middle piece on our little island, it's like a rolling countertop, fell off. This thing is roughly 6 pounds, okay? Roughly 6 pounds. It's heavy. So you'd imagine how far I jumped out of my skin when this thing hit the floor. It hit the floor, and I screamed at the top of my lungs. I was like, okay, maybe it was already there. And we had a cat at the time, so maybe pushed it off. Cat was outside, by the way, so nothing pushed it off. And then again, my stupid self didn't think anything of it, so I put it back on the island and made sure it was sturdy with like putting stuff in it so it wouldn't fall again. And I went to continue watching. I changed Bates Motel because I was already scared. I wasn't going to watch anything else to scare me anymore, so I put on like Friends.
That's when you put on something real cheesy. So
I put on like Friends or something. And I turned off Netflix because it was getting late. And I went in my room. Just played on my phone and whatnot. And all of a sudden, I get this weird call. Now, a call didn't go through. Or it went through as a missed call, but I didn't get, they called me and it rung once and they hung up. It just came through a missed call. I didn't say anybody called me. But then I left a voicemail. So I didn't know who this was. So I went to go look at the voicemail. And it was intense static with maybe a few words. And the words that did come out sounded very demonic to me. I know what a demon sounds like. It sounded very demonic. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a joke.
Wow, I'm really glad that I've never heard about this.
Usually I don't talk about my paranormal experiences because it scares me so much that I don't want to talk about this, but this is a YouTube-worthy situation.
I feel like we should have said, like, at the beginning, like, how we feel about, like, paranormal stuff. Like, I don't really want to experience it because, like, I'm terrified, but, like, I do acknowledge that it does exist.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to, like, make a ghost mad, like, hey I exist. So I know, like, I actually have, like, a lot of friends, or, like, past friends that, like, most people I know have had at least, like, one paranormal experience.
Yeah. But, I ignored the call, of course, because I'm stupid. I'm not going to think anything of a scary call, whatever. So, I'm just chilling, watching TV in my room before I go to sleep. And my door was open, because, I don't know why my door was open. Let me tell you, that door slammed by itself. Closed. There was no wind. I did not have the fan on because it was already cold in my house. I had nothing on. There was nothing near it. The cat wasn't pushing it. My dogs weren't pushing the door.
That's when you leave and you come to my house. Yeah. And we don't talk about it.
Yeah. So the door slammed. That was No. I left my room and went to my mom's room. But before in my house, like where my sister's room was, my room, and our bathroom, it was like a tiny little hallway. So I tried to walk out of the hallway, and it was like something was pulling me back, and I was almost like pissing myself. I was so scared, and I tried to get out, but it's like my own spirit was pulling me back into my room, and I let my spirit do what it wanted, and I walked back in my room. And after that, nothing happened. I've had plenty more paranormal experiences, but, like, they weren't as bad as that. That was probably the scariest. And it was like they didn't want me to go out, so I went back in. It's like, I'm not going to piss off a ghost. First of all, that's stupid. Don't piss off a ghost. Don't piss off anything that you can't see, because you don't know what they'll do. But, yeah, that was my paranormal experience.
There's, like, the only one other, like, paranormal experience that I remember, and it was, like, I feel like I'm saying, like, a lot, but anyway, I was on this ghost tour in Florida or Charleston, one of the two, but, I was with one of my best friends at the time, and it was when I was in, like, 7th grade, and, we were, like, cracking up, like, about to walk in this graveyard. And all of a sudden, we both, like, we both heard like a baby cry at the exact same time, and we both there's no one out in the street because it's like late, obviously, and like this was like the graveyard, and then there was like streets back there, like, you know, but no one was back there. And because we both heard at the same time, because we both like jerked our heads right at the same time, and I was like, did you hear that? But yeah, that's the only like scary bull. There's been like situations that have turned out not to have been paranormal, but like some things that have like been really scary that have happened to me.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of scary encounters that weren't paranormal, but that's another video.
Yeah,
we'll
I was
do
gonna
scary encounters
say,
like later, because that's gonna be a long video. But yeah, like she said about how she feels about paranormal experience, like paranormal and stuff like that. I accept it, and like I accept it into my life. Like, if you want to follow me around, that's fine. Just don't mess with me. Like, I won't mess with you. Don't mess with me. Like, you can keep me company and whatnot. Cause like my my grandma's mother died in the house I'm living in right now, which is my grandma's actual house, and she follows me around. And my room, if any of you guys don't know what a visitation room is an area in the house that's small and closed off and can be kept really dark and really cold. That's where they put the dead body after the funeral, before they want to go bury it. Because usually, like now, you go from the funeral home to the burial site. See, now you went from the funeral home to the visitation room, or the house, or it was from the house to the funeral home. So that's where they kept her. So her spirit had time to get comfortable in a place that it liked being. Now, I do believe in God, so I do believe she went to heaven, but I still think a part of her stayed here to make sure her great-grandchildren were okay. So I do personally think she follows me around, so I do, like, I let her be around me because I'm not scared of her. Because I know she's not going to hurt me.
I've heard, like, before that, like, spirits are always all around you, but, like, it's just whether you choose to, like, acknowledge that they're, like, you'll notice them if you think about them.
Yeah.
But, like, if you don't think about it, then you're not going to notice them.
Yeah.
And, like, you're not going to notice them unless you want to, or, like, you know.
Because, I mean, if you think about it,
Someone wants to.
this 2018, this world's been around here for more than 2018 years. I mean, it's been here, like, in BC, and I mean, this is 2018 AD, so there had to be in a BC, like a before AD time. So imagine all the people who died here. I mean, we're in South Carolina. This didn't used to be South Carolina. It used to be like Pangea and like whatever. Like, a lot of people died on this earth. So there has to be someone around you at some point. Because I mean, I feel like it'd be ignorant to say, well, no, nothing's following me. Like, you don't know that. You have to accept them, and you have to acknowledge that they're there, and they'll appear. I know there's always something around me, because there have been too many deaths on this earth to not think that something does follow you.
I definitely feel like it's out there, and I'm definitely feeling like I don't want to make them angry. Like,
yeah.
Like you said, like, I want to be respectful.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they were here before us, and I think it'd be rude. It's rude to disrespect anybody. Really disrespect someone who's been here before you, depending on what time they came from, then yeah. I mean, I've felt multiple beings around me, and when I let them appear, I've had soldiers around me. I've had old witch doctors from the BC times. Like, I'm talking 400 BC. Like, people that just aren't around anymore. You don't talk about. Like, I've seen them. Like, they've been around me because I do accept them. Like, I'm not scared of them. Because if you don't let them hurt you, and you don't piss them off, I mean, they're gonna be your friends, because that's why they're here. Like, they're just as confused, and they're like stuck in this place between life and death, and they're just lonely. So that's what I think. I think they're lonely. They just want people to talk to, but people don't acknowledge their existence because they're scared. I don't think you should be scared, because they were physical beings as well, like we are. But that's my take on it.
I think it's cool how we have, like, not necessarily, like, we agree on some things, but, like, you've had way more experiences than I have. Like, I think it's cool.
I'm Cuban, so most of my family lives in Key West or in Cuba, and they are obsessed with, like, not black magic, but like the dark arts, and some of them are Wiccans or witches, so to speak, and they are really obsessed with that. So I do think I caught that gene of wanting the paranormal to be around me.
I mean, I'm definitely interested in it.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm also scared of it.
Yeah. It's scary not understanding what you can't see, and you're just going off of like opinions from other people and stuff like that. Like, you can read a whole article on it, but you can still be scared of it because it's not your own personal experience. And I just find it really interesting.
I think it's really interesting too. Like, I would love, but I mean, it'd be interesting to me to like communicate with ghosts and everything, but I don't want to communicate with the wrong ghosts.
Yeah.
I just don't want to mess with anything that doesn't want to be messed with.
Yeah. And I'm okay with Ouija boards. I just personally don't mess with them because you can open up something.
This was about to come up. That's a big no-no for me.
Yeah.
And like in my family.
I'm fine with other people using it. Just
yeah,
don't
like,
put me in it.
You can do whatever you want, but that's just something I've always been told is like a huge no-no. And that there's too many scary movies out there that like ends up the wrong way.
Like Ouija, The Origin of Evil. Watch that, it's good.
No.
But it's scary. It's
No.
really Doris. But I personally don't like them because you don't know what you could be letting into our world. You could be letting in hundreds of demons for all you know. And that's just something I'm not okay with. Because I don't mess with demons. Demons possess people. No. Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Oh, man. So, anyway.
But, I think I said we were talking about weird dreams, but I don't remember the last weird dream I had. Weird dreams that I would usually have or
Do you
something.
have, like a reoccurring dream? Like, that, like,
Yes.
I know I mentioned, like, it's crazy. Like, it happened, like, that's a fear of mine, I feel like, is that, like, if I look at something and it were to move, like, that just terrifies me for some reason.
Yeah, I sometimes have a reoccurring dream. I have a reoccurring dream that I'm in, like, an old house that I used to live in, and it's just empty. And I'm just standing there, and, like, this person in a black cloak just chases me and tries to kill me, but I always somehow get away from it. That's, like, a dream I keep on happening.
Happening?
I
I have this, like, it's, like, a thing with, like, this house, like, my mom is really into watching, like, all the old, like, exorcism movies and everything, like, and those are the ones that actually scare me, like, because they're, like, kind of real in a way.
Yeah.
But, like, I always have this dream that, like, I have to go through each room in my house and, like, try to, like, I guess, like, make it through each room. Like, I'm not an exorcist,
like
but,
a house or something.
yeah, like a haunted house, and it's, like, I don't know why I have to do it, but I just do. Like, there's a different ghost in each room.
Yeah.
It's
I have
terrifying.
weird dreams all the time, and I have weird nightmares all the time, but, like, nothing that will actually stump me and cause me to think about it. Because, you know, dreams are dreams. And sometimes,
I'm not scared of my room, like, at all, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I sleep in like, people ask me how I sleep with my closet door open, and I sleep, like, in the dark. Like, I'm not scared of this room. Plus, I have a dog. So, like, you know, like, animals are more sensitive. So if anything were to happen, I would be freaked out if my dog was barking at, like, nothing.
Yeah.
That's when I'd be scared.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think in another video, I do have dreams where, like, something, it's like faint, because you really only remember a little bit of your dream, scientifically speaking, and I'll dream of something, and then, like, you know the feeling of deja vu? It's like I'll dream about something that's going to happen, but I don't remember it till it actually happens.
Or, like, you dream about something, like, that happens, and then something, like, similar happens, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was talking to you earlier about how I woke up from, like, a dream where I was on the phone with someone, and then right when I woke up, that person called me. And the conversation was nothing like it was supposed to be. Or, like,
I think the mind
but
is
it
very
still was
powerful.
weird. Huh?
I think the mind is very powerful.
Ooh. It's kind of scary. Like, and I know, like, this is so, we're on such a tangent, but, like, the mind can do weird things. Like,
Yeah. We'll have to talk about that in another video.
Yeah.
Like, because the movie Lucy, but we'll get it on, because that's a whole other subject I'll be on for like 20 minutes.
I think that should be our next video, is, like,
Yeah.
weird stuff that we've noticed that our minds do.
Yeah.
I have a couple things in mind already.
Yeah. But before
it was nice
it was nice talking,
chatting with you guys.
So, before you click on another video, click like and subscribe. Comment what's your favorite color, whatever. Peace out, everybody.
Definitely blue. I feel like
black.
Oh my gosh.
But peace out, everybody.
Plus, I have something to say.
I've been saying peace
These
out
are
for the past 5
real.
minutes.
These are both real.
Yeah.
Like I don't just wear them.
Yeah,
to
these are
just
very
wear
real.
them. Like I was like, oh, those are cool, so I got like my prescription put in them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is gonna be our outro because this is like our thing, like in the real world.
Peace out, everybody. Bye,
Bye, guys.
everybody.